Queen City Overtime.
Will Grier's story is well documented. He was a star at Florida as a freshman, leading the Gators to a 6-0 record. Then he failed a drug test after taking an unapproved supplement. What followed? A 1-year suspension from the NCAA, a bitter divorce from Florida, and 6 months in football purgatory. He leaned on friends and family at that difficult time, a family that just happened to be growing.
I was overwhelmed with everything else that was going on, so when that happened, I was, I felt sort of calm. I was like, everything's going to be fine.
There are moments that crystallize what your priorities in life are. For Grier, it was finding out his wife Jeannie was pregnant in March of 2016.
I took that as a sign that, God wanted me to settle down and be a family man, and I was ready to take on that responsibility. As Will and Jeannie prepared for the birth of their daughter, Grier transferred to West Virginia, sitting out for the 2016 season due to NCAA rules. Eloise was born in November. And it's hard to explain to people that love that you have for your child. It's just something that you have and you experience it. A new town, a new team, now a new daughter. We were first-time parents, obviously, with a newborn, and we had just moved, and we're trying to do everything we can to, you know how it is trying to figure out as you go. There's not a textbook, so, we're, adjusting and adapting. 2 months after Ellie was born, West Virginia hired Jake Spavital as their offensive coordinator. Spavital was expecting his first child and soon found himself leaning on Grier for parenting advice.
Very unique experience from a coaching standpoint, from a guy that's has more experience as an adult than me.
Spavital and Grier joke about it now, but the relationship between play caller and quarterback is perhaps the most important on the football team, and being in similar stations in life has made them closer.
He's around the offices all the time, so a lot of our conversations go off to our off-the-field life, which ends up being talking about our kids the majority of the time.
Grier and Spavital teamed up for a prolific 2017 season. Grier finished with one of the best single-season offensive performances in school history, despite suffering a broken finger late in the season. So imagine what he'll do this year, with a daughter, now almost 2, that's sleeping through the night. We're in such a better spot now. Just adjusting to, life as a family and in this community. It's just, we're in a much less stressful situation. I just love spending time with her when I go home, and she sleeps great, so we sleep great. Grier is not the same can't-miss prospect he was at 19. The adversity he went through, the daughter he's raised, the wife he's loved, has molded him into the person he is today, a family man. Just happens to be one of the best quarterbacks in the country. I take it very seriously. I want to be the best football player I can be, and the best dad and the best husband I can be. So I try to find the balance, and I'm not perfect, but I do the best I can. And you could say Will learned a little bit about all of that from his father, Chad, a longtime high school coach in the Charlotte area. Chad's been to every one of Will's college games and doesn't plan to miss another one. He did miss a chance for a short trip this time. Will was scheduled to play against NC State in Raleigh. That game, of course, canceled due to Hurricane Florence.